Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you all about your e-commerce website for your boutique, and I'm going to talk about Shopify today. I have used Shopify for a really long time, and that's a big question that I get a lot is what platform should I use for my online boutique? So let's talk about why Shopify might be right for you. Hi there, if you don't know me, I'm Raquel, and since 2006, I have started and scaled multiple online and brick and mortar boutiques. And now I teach women like yourself how to start and scale thriving boutique businesses of their own. So whether you're just getting started or you're looking for ways to increase your sales, make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any boutique business tips. I also have lots of free downloads like checklists, guides, and free workshops on my website, startaboutique.com. So if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure to click the link below and get your free downloads and get started on your online boutique today. Okay, first of all, let's talk about why do I use Shopify. So I've used Shopify for a really long time now, probably close to 10 years. When I first started my online boutique back in 2006, I actually started first on eBay. So I created an eBay store, and that worked really well for me for a few months, but I quickly realized that I wanted a website with my own domain. So I wanted it to be, myboutique.com instead of people having to go to eBay to purchase my items. So at that time, there weren't actually a lot of platforms like Shopify. There actually wasn't anything like Shopify at the time that I knew of, at least. So it was a lot more difficult to build an e-commerce website. So when I first got started, I went through Yahoo and I used one of it was like a site builder, but it was incredibly difficult to build your own e-commerce site. You definitely had to know coding. You definitely had to go through a lot more steps to get a website up and working. The checkout was a nightmare. Everything was just so difficult, and it took me months and months to actually create this website and build this website. And in the end, it still didn't look that great. It was definitely functional. I made a lot of sales. The SEO was great. I didn't have to do any advertising. People would just find me by either Googling. People used Yahoo search and things like that a lot more back then. But yeah, so I had to build a website knowing coding. Really, you don't know how lucky you are to be building a website in the year 2020 because it is so much easier, and it is so much easier to get your business going than it was in 2006. So I had that website. It worked fine. I don't even know how long I had it, maybe a year or two, maybe even more than that. When I decided, I just want a beautiful looking website. I want this to look nicer. I need a designer to actually do this for me. So then I actually went on Craigslist and I searched for a web designer to create my e-commerce website. So obviously that was a lot more expensive. And this was somebody that actually came in and had to build an e-commerce site from the ground up. So that is incredibly difficult to do if you don't know anything about coding. So just think anytime that I wanted to add a product or update a product or anything like that, I would actually have to go in and code it myself. So this designer, I could either pay this designer, continue to pay them thousands of dollars to maintain my site for me, or I could have them teach me how to do it myself. And being a small business owner, of course, I chose the latter and had them teach me how to do it myself. So I was coding my products. And you can imagine, this was an incredibly long process. It took forever. And it almost started to make me not want to get new products because I was like, it's going to take me forever to add these to my website. So then, like I said, probably close to 10 years ago, I heard about Shopify. And I looked at it, I saw the templates, and I was like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. An easy to use platform. It is built for e-commerce so that I can easily use it. It has a checkout, it has payments. It just seems like the all-in-one solution for me. So I switched over to Shopify and I literally have not looked back. There has not been another platform that I have found that is better for e-commerce than Shopify. So that's my number one point. When people ask me which platform to use, I say Shopify because it is so easy to use for beginners. So if you're brand new to web design or e-commerce or anything like that, that's totally okay because Shopify makes it so easy. You pretty much just choose your template and you can get going and get your design up in, really a few hours, if not a few days. So I actually have in my online course a lot of students that come to me and are afraid of building their own website. They don't really want to do it, but I definitely encourage them to do it, and they end up with these gorgeous, beautiful e-commerce websites. And these are online boutiques from beginners. So they have never in their lives even probably, touched a website before. Maybe they don't even think that they're very computer savvy. They barely know how to write an email. These are all people that are very new beginners that are building these beautiful websites. Okay, so you got it. Shopify is super easy to use. So my next point is that Shopify is built just for e-commerce. So other platforms might have an add-on that you can use to create a website that is an e-commerce website, but they are not built just for e-commerce. So Shopify's only reason for existing is for e-commerce businesses. So everything that they're doing day in and day out is to make e-commerce better. So they are, in my opinion, the number one e-commerce platform for boutique businesses. The next thing that I love about Shopify is that it integrates with almost anything else. So if you want to cross-sell your items, which I definitely do, and I think most boutique owners should be doing. So if you want to sell on Facebook, or you want to sell on Instagram, you want to also sell on Poshmark, and you also want to sell with comments sold in Facebook Lives or something like that. These are all things that you can integrate your Shopify boutique so that it is all seamlessly integrated. So that means anytime somebody purchases something on Facebook, or somebody purchases something from your website, or somebody purchases something from Instagram, it's all going through your Shopify store. So it's updating your inventory. You're able to handle the orders from Shopify. So it's all in one place. Because I definitely have been on that other side of things where I'm selling on all these platforms, but I'm having to update my inventory manually because I'm selling one thing here, I'm selling one thing there, and it wasn't integrated. But now you have that option. You can integrate everything so that it keeps track of your inventory, it keeps track of your orders, and it is just a dream to work with. Okay, so next up is all of the apps that are available in Shopify. So if there's something that your theme doesn't do, or there's a feature that you want to have on your website, you can usually find an app that will help you do it. So if you want to have an affiliate program for, say, your affiliates or brand ambassadors, you can find an app that will integrate with your Shopify store to be able to create one of those programs. Or if you need to change the currency, if you are selling to international customers and you want it to automatically update it to their currency for their country, there's an app for that. Some of these apps are free and some of these apps are paid. So you do have to be conscious of which apps you are choosing because the costs can start to add up in that area. Okay, and my final reason for loving Shopify is for their POS system. So POS is point of sale, and that just means all of the hardware and everything that you need if you were gonna have a brick and mortar store or say a pop-up or take sales in person. So if you're looking to scale your online boutique to a physical location, then Shopify is also 100% for you. So it makes it super easy as well. You'll just get a little card reader that will either go into your phone, it can go into an iPad. You can also get a full POS system with a cash drawer, a scanner, all of those great things that are actually kind of fun to be taking orders in person. And again, it all integrates seamlessly with your system. So no matter if you're taking an order in person or you're making sales online, again, your inventory is all updated in the same place. So you shouldn't be selling out somewhere and then somewhere else somebody is trying to buy it and then you have to go refund that order because you don't actually have it. Guilty of doing that before I had everything integrated. So if you've got your eyes on a pop-up or an eventual brick and mortar boutique, you definitely want to go with Shopify so that you have that room to scale up. Okay, you guys, so those are my reasons for loving Shopify. If you currently use Shopify or you're thinking about Shopify, please comment below. Let me know if you have any questions about using Shopify. I also have a link for you below in the description for a 14-day free trial for Shopify. So it's a really great way to get your feet wet and see if Shopify is right for you. As always, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye.